zombies. Getting started.
The first step in character creation is to pick which character sheet best suits you. There's no right or wrong way to go about filling out your character sheet. You can start at the top and then work your way down, do everything else. I personally prefer to start with my accent that I'm going to be using. For this one, I think I am going to be using a Scottish accent. So for my race accent, right, Scotsman. After that, I like to come up with what my previous occupation was. The previous occupation is going to let me know what I need to put skill points in, as well as it's also going to determine more or less what my starting gear is. So, for this case, my starting occupation is going to be Executive Protection. There's not really a way to get to that, but alright. Alright, so now I got that figured out. Figure out what kind of a name I want to have. So I pick a Scottish name. So I actually looked that up on Google and found one that sounded pretty cool. It is Thrun, I think is how it's pronounced. T-R-U-E-N. T-R-E-U-N. And because he's Scottish, I'm going to make his last name Haggis. Let's start off his age at 40. That way I get a couple extra stars. My location. We already talked to everyone, and we're going to start in a little town called South Bend, Washington. Now, since we already rolled a class 3, that gives me 10 skill points. I know I'm going to want observation, long arms, which is like rifles and shotguns, short arms, which is handguns, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Notice I'm writing everything in pencil. Quick draw. Sailing. This is my character's personal hobby. Alright, so let's go ahead and put 2 stars in observation. 1 star in long arms. Short arms. BJJ. Quick draw and sailing. And then because my previous occupation is Executive Protection, which is a ridiculous way of saying a fancy security guard, that's going to give me another star in my pistol. And my quick draw. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 stars. That still leaves us with 1 we can use for something else we think of later. Since we're starting with our things that we actually have available, I'm going to have for rodeo with trailer, 92 MX3, and 18 Civic. Rodeo's got a trailer with it. Most people typically start with 1 vehicle. And if I had to only pick one, it would be the Isuzu Roadie with a trailer, because it's got a generator in the trailer and all sorts of other stuff. It's my overlanding rig. So yeah, that would definitely be my choice. But the other two are economy vehicles, so those will come in handy. Let's see, after that, just have to put down all of the gear that I have around the house. If you're not playing a challenge where it's actual things that you own and it's just random, you can fill out anything you want that's publicly available. So like if you're in an area that only allows to have magazines with a 10-round capacity, then you start with 10-round magazine, which is in the state of Washington. There is no semi-automatic rifles and no magazines with more than 10 rounds. So that should make it pretty interesting for everyone. Alright, a couple more things to note. So my last words down here. If I speak my last words when this character dies, then when I start my next character, I get an extra star to spend on my skills. So I've chosen for this character's last words to be, "I'm coming home, boys." Well, for soundtracks, let's do anything with bagpipes in it. So when the background music is playing, if something with bagpipes comes on, I get a +1 to any of my rolls for the duration of the song with bagpipes. Typically, you can put whatever list of songs you want from the playlist, and everybody just throws a bunch of songs together on a playlist while that's playing in the background. If one of your songs comes on, then you get a +1 for the duration of the song. Bagpipes are very rare, so I'm just going to make his soundtrack anything with bagpipes. I highly doubt bagpipes will even come on any playlist that's being played unless I specifically pick a playlist with bagpipes. Also, it's important to note that with a race accent, make sure you pick an accent that you can do. Because if you stay in accent the entire time, for all your rolls, you get an additional +1, or bonus to your favor, so that you just have a better chance of succeeding because you maintain an accent and it makes life easier for everyone. Alright, so let's put together a backstory for this guy. So we already know he's executive protection, which means he's a former mercenary. In 2015, you can't see that in the camera. 2015, he came to the United States. So even though he's a Scotsman with a Scottish accent, he's still going to be in South Bend, Washington. What brings him there? Let's say he's got a summer house there, or a winter home. A winter home depends on what time of year we start the campaign. Whichever time of year we start the campaign is what season he has a home there. And he probably has another home somewhere else, and he just bounces back and forth when he's not on deployment. And we'll say that he just happens to be in between deployments right now on hiatus. Which explains why he's in South Bend, Washington. So, to explain the fact that he's in South Bend, Washington, instead of staying in his homeland of Scotland, we can say that one of his security details was protecting someone, and someone else in his family, let's say his cousin, worked with the special forces that were on assignment to go take this guy out. And my character who was protecting him had no idea. He just knew he was protecting an asset. And so his group killed his cousin, and his family blames him directly, and he was exiled. So that's why he filed for citizenship in the United States back in 2015. Alright. Now all I gotta do is figure out with the other players how I know all of them. Alright, so a couple things that we want to cover is at the age of 40, I get 2 extra skill points. So instead of having 10, I actually get 12. So I broke it down with 2 in observation, 1 in my long arms, which is rifles and shotguns, 2 in my short arms, which is pistols, 1 in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, 2 on my quick draw, 1 in sailing, 1 in my thrown weapons, and 2 stars in teamwork. You look down in the arsenal area, which is completely blurry and you can't really tell, but these right here and these right here are all my magazines. what their round capacity is and how many are missing out of each. That way I can keep track. That's very important because, well, you can't shoot an empty magazine. Yeah, it's all broken up. Random stuff I got stored at my house. The stuff that's stored in my trailer mostly. My soundtracks. Everything I have in my backpack. I actually went through and checked all that. My pockets, what I keep. Make sure you got your wallet, your keys, your phone. I got a lighter, as well as the other things in my pockets. I happen to have gloves. It's wintertime. The stuff I have worn, there's coats and beanies and stuff in there as well. Make sure I stay warm so I don't die of hypothermia. And yeah, that's about it.